Like and subscribe right now, or this spider is gonna crawl on your face while you're sleeping. 10 people that can actually breathe underwater. Breathing underwater? Impressive, isn't it? Doesn't it seem kind of unrealistic? In fact, science tells us that we cannot breathe underwater because our lungs do not have enough surface area to absorb the oxygen from the water. Additionally, the lining in a human's lungs is adapted to handle air rather than water, in case you didn't know. However, there have been experiments with humans breathing other liquids, like fluorocarbons. It sounds interesting. Hello and welcome to MindRead, everyone. We're super excited that you could join us today, and we know that some of you are back after being here before, so we'd like to thank you. If you're new, then welcome. This very exciting countdown is on the cool topic of 10 people that can actually breathe underwater. Now, before you get too excited, some of the items on this list are more legend and myth than they are real people. But here at MindRead, we like to discuss both and challenge the skeptics sometimes. Number 10. At the 10th spot, we're taking a look at King Neptune. King Neptune was the god of the sea according to Roman mythology. In fact, King Neptune was specifically the god of freshwater. It was not until 400 BC when he started to become identified with King Poseidon from Greek mythology, thus dubbed the role of the god of the sea. There are other similarities between Poseidon and King Neptune. King Neptune had two brothers, the first being Jupiter, the god of the sky and also chief of the Roman gods. And then there was Pluto, the Roman god of the dead. King Neptune was most often shown carrying a trident, a three-pronged spear used for hunting fish. And this takes our number 10 placement in the countdown for people that can actually breathe underwater. Mythical? Or perhaps. But real? Some might say yes. Before we move on, I've got a challenge for you that will only take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. Leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom! 25 years of amazing luck. Try it! It really works. Number 9. At spot 9, we're going mythical again. You know the Little Mermaid Ariel, right? Well, we're here to show you the very beautiful character of Ariel. Was her story fact or fantasy? Why don't you tell us? We'd love to hear your comments down below. So who was she? Or who is she? For many of you who believe in magic and mythology, Ariel is the youngest of King Triton and Queen Athena's 7 daughters. In the movie The Little Mermaid, she is seen as being willing to do anything to be with the wonderful Prince Eric, even giving up her own voice to become a human being. Naturally, she's also described as a typical teenager, prone to making errors of judgment, though some adults do this too. In this well-loved movie, Ariel is a fictional character of Walt Disney Pictures' 28th animated film from 1989. However, it is based on a Danish fairy tale having the same name by Hans Christian Andersen. And this takes our number 9 spot in the countdown for 10 people that can actually breathe underwater. And if you're a Disney fanatic, you might be inclined to believe that she's real, especially if you believe in fairy tales and magic. Number 8. At the 8th spot, we're going to take a look at a real-life human now. This little girl, named Elizabeth, is said to be able to breathe underwater, and started swimming at only 2 years old. Take a look at this video. At the beginning, we can hear her mother giving her some tips, like just to simply relax while she's under the water. And then, wow, she seems to stay under there forever. Maybe she really is breathing. What do you think of this little feat of marvelousness? Let us know in the comment section. It seems Elizabeth enjoys going to different pools and aquatic centers, and absolutely loves practicing this rare technique where she relaxes fully in the water. 4 minutes under the water is her current goal, and possibly more by now. While she may not be able to stay under forever, that's a lot more than I can even imagine doing. Number 7. At spot number 7, we're going to be taking a look at a beloved longtime fictional character, though specifically at a more recent appearance of his. The main star actor here is Jason Momoa, who gained popularity through the world-famous Game of Thrones. But in this instance, we're talking about his character known as Aquaman. Have you seen this movie? Or perhaps you've read one of the old comics. Regardless, this is one person that can definitely breathe underwater. Aquaman is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books first published by DC Comics. He was created by Paul Norris and Mort Weisinger, where the character debuted in More Fun Comics number 73. Initially, this was a backup feature in DC's anthology titles. However, Aquaman later on starred in several volumes of a solo series. Aquaman has lots of superpowers, including his amazing ability to breathe both air and water. However, he also has super strength, exceptional durability, inherent magic, and various psychic-type abilities coming from his connection to the Life Force, known as Universal Energy, which amazingly allows him to talk to fish. Number 6. At spot number 6, we're headed back to real life to take a look at these cool people. Specifically, indigenous people from Malaysia and the Philippines, though many other parts of Asia too. These people live near the ocean and enjoy it as a haven as a predominant part of their lives. Fishing, swimming, and breathing the sea into their being is a natural part of their amazing culture. The Sama Baja natives live in the Indian Ocean and can hold their breath for 5 very amazing minutes, with some stating that they can actually breathe underwater. These interesting people have learned their skills for generations and are used to living a seafaring and nomadic lifestyle. In fact, they depend on the ocean for their employment, recreation, and residences. Many of these native people have no concept of time or dates. In fact, they live in the present moment and are guided to work and enjoy recreation as it pleases them. I'm sure there are many people who could certainly learn a lot from that. Number 5. For number 5, we're going to go take you to see this amazing YouTuber. This is Atua Moe, and he believes that he knows an ancient technique which can help people to breathe underwater. Stretching, warming up, and shaking the body to relax is the key, apparently. Then the next part of the technique is walking around a little bit too. The next step is what's known as 3-dimensional breathing, and it is taking quick breaths for a whole minute, which means the next massive step will be ready to come to fruition more easily. So Atua says. Next, Atua says that a piece of fruit peel with holes in it will allow someone to breathe underwater. But we're not going to suggest this at the channel, and this information is only given for knowledge and historical purposes. Number 4. At spot number 4, we have the Atlanteans, a legendary civilization often caught in the debate between history and myth. Atlantis was said to be a legendary realm of island paradise, located in the far west, which was purposely sunken beneath the ocean by the gods. Supposedly, this was to punish the people for their immorality. The term of Atlanteans was also applied well by the Greeks to Phoenician colonies along the Barbary coast in North Africa. Plato, the well-known philosopher, may have had the same nation in mind too, for he named the second Atlantean king Gadeirus after the famous Phoenician colony near the Straits of Gibraltar. Other mythical realms were proposed by philosophers and writers, which resemble that of Atlantis, and these include the remarkable southern island of Pangaea and the very well-revered Heliad Islands. Well, what do you think? Were the Atlanteans real? Do they still live underneath the ocean? Number 3. At the 3rd spot in this countdown, we're showing you this footage of Branko Petrovic, and he is able to hold his breath, aka breathe underwater, for 11 minutes and 54 whopping seconds. This is absolutely astonishing, and well beyond the usual capability for humans for sure. We're wondering if he's an actual superhero. Here at MindRead, we're absolutely stunned watching Petrovic doing his amazing feat. I asked the team and none of them were willing to try it, not even the video maker. I'm not sure if I will either. It seems a little too risky. Number 2. Here's our best pick, and this one's sent in by Kira Anning from Canada. This picture, with the artist unknown, shows the amazing feats of humans as they try to stay below the water for longer than they're born to. Kira states that she found this picture on her mother's computer when she was looking through some family snaps. She just loved the blue color and thought our fun channel might enjoy it if we did something related to underwater stuff. If anybody knows more about this amazing picture, let us know in the comment section. And we'd definitely like to thank Kira for sending this one into MindRead. We absolutely love it. Number 1. Now, you might have guessed, but our number 1 pick is going back to mythical. Can you guess what we're about to show you? It's super cool, and some people truly believe in these human-like creatures. Admittingly, this isn't quite a person. Let's give you 3 guesses. No, it's not SpongeBob. And no, it's not Patrick, his little starfish friend. And no, it's not a cross between a crab and a human. For our number 1 pick, we're talking about mermaids and mermen. In primarily European folklore, mermaids, also sometimes called siren, and mermen, their male counterpart, are known as natural beings who, like fairies, have magical and so-called prophetic powers. Though very long-lived, they are said to be mortal, and some records state that they have no soul. Many folktales recorded marriages between mermaids, who might assume their human form, and human men. The male equivalent, or mermen, is a familiar figure in folklore and mythology. Although traditions and sightings of mermen are less commonly reported than those of mermaids, they are generally assumed to coexist with their female counterpart, and the magic and mystery of these human-type fish is exceptionally interesting. And these cool creatures take our #1 spot in the countdown for the 10 people that can actually breathe underwater. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Don't forget to leave a like and comment if you enjoyed the video. We definitely enjoyed your company, and hope that you stop by again tomorrow for another video from Mindread.